Okay.
Okay.
So
So
we
we
have
have
discussed the
discussed the
following
following.
hyperbolic function in the last class. So here previously, if you see, we have now today the example of hyperbolic functions. Okay, the example of the hyperbolic functions. Example of the derivative of the hyperbolic function. So here you see, in the last class we have derivative of sine hyperbolic x. It is equal to cosine hyperbolic x. In the last class we have discussed. In the last class we have discussed derivative of the hyperbolic functions. Derivative of sine hyperbolic x, it is equal to cosine hyperbolic x. Derivative of cosine hyperbolic x, it is equal to sine hyperbolic x. Derivative of tan hyperbolic x, it is equal to sec hyperbolic trivia x. Derivative of cotangent hyperbolic x, it is equal to minus cosec hyperbolic trivia. Derivative of sec hyperbolic x minus sec hyperbolic x tan hyperbolic x. And also we have discussed in the last class the derivative of cosec hyperbolic x. So derivative of cosec hyperbolic x minus cosec hyperbolic x cotangent hyperbolic x. So here there the angle was just x. So in this here you can see, in the example one we change the angle. Here if you see we have derivative of tan hyperbolic. What is angle? 1 square root of 1 plus t square. Square root of 1 plus t square. Square root of 1 plus t square. So whenever we take the derivative, what is derivative of tan hyperbolic t? It is equal to sec hyperbolic trivia t. Basically, uh, if we have tan hyperbolic x, whenever we take derivative with respect to x, so derivative of tan hyperbolic x, it is equal to sec hyperbolic trivia x dot derivative of the angle. So dx over dx, it is equal to 1. So usually we do not write. But if we have the change in the angle, suppose we have 2x, sine hyperbolic 2x, tan hyperbolic 2x, that will become sec hyperbolic via 2x dot derivative of 2x. What is derivative of 2x? It is equal to it is equal to 2. So similarly here we have angle 1 plus t square whole square root. So that is why the derivative of this, it is equal to sec hyperbolic square root of 1 plus t square dot derivative of 1 plus t square root. It means derivative with respect to t, square root of 1 plus t square. Square root of 1 plus t square. So here we shift 1 over 2 on the side. We decrease 1 from the power. So 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 dot derivative of 1, it is equal to 0 plus derivative of t square, it is equal to 2t. Now this 2 will be cancelled with that. So what will be the remaining? So we get here t sec hyperbolic square root of 1 plus t square dot t dot 1 plus t square whole power minus 1 by 2. Now 1 plus t square whole power minus 1 by 2, whenever we shift in the denominator, it will becomes positive. So 1 by 2, it is equal to square root. So that is why our answer is t. Here you can see t divided by 1 plus t square root. Here sec hyperbolic square 1 plus t square whole square root. And similarly, what is cotine hyperbolic 5x? So previously we have discussed in 4.7 and 5.3, 5.4. What is derivative of integration of a cotine hyperbolic 5x? So it is equal to, we have here now, cotine is equal to cos hyperbolic 5x divided by sine hyperbolic 5x. So we solve it by the substitution method. What is substitution method? We put u is equal to sine hyperbolic 5x. Whenever we take derivative, you can see on the side. Whenever we take derivative, so du over dx, this is equal to 5 cosine 5x. So we shift dx on the other side. So we have du equal to 5 cosine hyperbolic 5x dx. We need cosine hyperbolic 5x. That is why we divide both sides by 5. So 1 by 5 du equal to cosine hyperbolic 5x. Thus, our given integral is converted in this way. So 1 by 5 integral of 1 over u du. Integral of 1 over u du. Now here, what is antiderivative of 1 over u? What is antiderivative of 1 by u? It is equal to log natural u. So that is why we have here 1 by 5 log natural u. What is u now? U is equal to, we supposed it is equal to sine 5x. So that is why you can see 1 by 5 ln ln sine hyperbolic 5x plus constant. Sine hyperbolic 5x plus constant. So after that we have here definite, we have here now definite integral from 0 to 1 sine hyperbolic square x. We use the property of, it is a hyperbolic function. What is sine hyperbolic square x? It is equal to cosine hyperbolic 2x minus 1 divided by 2. So we shift 1 by 2 on the side. What is now antiderivative of cosine hyperbolic 2x? It is equal to sine hyperbolic 2x divided by 2. So 2 up 2, it will becomes 4. That is why you can see we have here sine hyperbolic 2x sine hyperbolic 2. You can see here sine hyperbolic 2x divided by 2. What is antiderivative of 1? It is equal to x. So we have the following antiderivative. First we put upper limit. What is upper limit? Upper limit is 1. So whenever we put, it is equal to sine hyperbolic 2 divided by 4 minus 1 by 2 minus, whenever we put lower limit, so it will make 0. So that is why we have here sine hyperbolic 2 divided by 4 minus 1 by 2. Thus we get the following answer. If you leave here till here, it is sufficient. Okay, it is sufficient. After that, we have here 4 e power x 4e power. How we find sine? Because we are putting here first upper limit, then lower limit. Okay. So where you are asking? Right. Sine hyperbolic 2, because first we put upper limit. So whenever we put upper limit, what it is? Sine hyperbolic 2 0 1, sine hyperbolic 2. Yes, sine hyperbolic 2. No need, no need. If you not find, no problem. You can leave here. Sine hyperbolic 2 divided by 4 minus 1 over 2. It is enough. It is sufficient. It means if you do not have calculator, no need. Okay, sine hyperbolic 2 divided by 4 minus 1 by 2. It can be your answer. So after that we have here, if you see, we have definite integral from 0 to ln 2, from 0 to ln 2. So here zarab 4e power x, 4e power x sine hyperbolic x dx. Now we put the value of sine hyperbolic x, the value of sine hyperbolic. What is sine hyperbolic? It is equal to e power x minus e power minus x divided by 2. So whenever we put its value, first we cancel this 2 will cancel with to this, we get 2. So that is why 2 e power 2x minus 2 e power 0, which is equal to 2. So that is why we have here 2 e power 2x minus 2, and we have to find the antiderivative of this. So here antiderivative of 2e power 2x. What is antiderivative of 2e power 2x? It is 2 outside. Antiderivative of e power 2x, it is equal to e power 2x divided by 2. So 2 can be cancelled with 2, we get e power 2x minus, what is antiderivative of x? It is equal to 2x. That is why we get e power 2x minus 2x. So first we put upper limit. What is upper limit? ln 2. Then lower limit. So ln 2 whenever we put, so log natural and exponential function, they are inverse of each other. So e power 2 ln 2. So now we use the property of the log natural. What is the property of log natural? It is ln a power r. It is equal to r ln a. So that is why 2 ln 2, it will become e power 2 ln 2. It is equal to e power ln 2 power 2. So that is why we get here 4. We get here 4. So here you can see, I zoom the following. Here whenever we put here, it is equal to e power 2 ln 2, e power 2 ln 2. So we use here the property of the log natural. So it will become e power ln 2 power 2. Now log natural and exponential function, they are inverse of each other. So that is why we have here 2 power 2, which is equal to 4 minus, whereas x we put upper limit, so 2 ln 2. Okay, minus, no, e power 0, it is equal to 1. So that is why we have here 1. So if you put this 4 minus 2 ln 2 minus 1, it is enough. Okay, so our today lecture is basically regarding the inverse hyperbolic functions. The inverse hyperbolic functions. So what are the inverse hyperbolic function? Sine hyperbolic inverse, sine hyperbolic inverse. So cosine hyperbolic inverse. So how can I ask you? It means sine hyperbolic inverse, it is equal to what? Okay, and cosine hyperbolic inverse, it is equal to what? So I can ask you here, just one thing. Here on the side I find out what is sine hyperbolic inverse. Okay, here I start from here. So first of all, if I want to find what is sine hyperbolic, what I shall do the following things. So first of all, I put let y is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x. Let y is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x. Sine hyperbolic inverse x. This is the first property. This is the first. Let y is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x. Now it is inverse. Whenever we shift on the other side, it will become sine hyperbolic y. Yeah, sine hyperbolic y. It is equal to x. It is equal to x. Yes. Student, first I suppose let y is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x. So at the end, I shall find what is y or what is sine hyperbolic inverse x. So whenever I suppose that let y is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x, now it will become sine hyperbolic y, it is equal to x. So after that, what is now sine hyperbolic y? What is sine hyperbolic y? Sine hyperbolic y, we use the definition of hyperbolic function. So e power y, it will becomes e power y minus e power minus y divided by 2, it is equal to x. It is equal to x. Okay. After that, we take cross product, cross multiplication. It means 2 will product with the x. So that is why we have here e power y minus e power minus y, it is equal to 2x. It is equal to 2x. Now we product, now we zarab e power y with the both side. Now we zarab e power y with the both side. So here I zarab e power y on that side. Here e power y on the other side also. So here e power y minus e power minus y, it is equal to 2x e power 2x e power y, 2x e power, okay, 2x e power y. So here 2x e power y. Now e power y is a b power y. E power y is a b power y. E power 2y. E power y is a b power y. E power 2y minus e power 0. Minus e power 0. It is equal to 2x e power y. 2x e power y. Okay. 2x e power y. After that, we shift now this 2x e power y on the other side. We shift this 2x e power y on the other side. So here it is positive. Whenever we shift on the other side, it will become negative. It will become negative. So thus we have here e power 2y minus minus 2x e power y minus what is e power 0? Anything power 0, it is equal to 1. So we have here, and it is equal to, this is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. So here if you see here, it means first we product e power y both side, e power y both side. So e power y is e power y, e power 2y minus e power 0 is equal to 2x e power y. So when after that we shift, e power, we shift 2x e power y on the other side, so we get the following. So if we see this equation is, quadratic equation. This equation is quadratic equation. This equation is quadratic equation. So here we compare this equation with the following. It means if we have a, suppose u square plus bu plus c, it is equal to 0. If we have this case, now we compare. If we have the following equation, au square plus bu plus c is equal to 0. If we have this equation is called quadratic equation. This equation is called quadratic equation. So if we have quadratic equation, we have the following solution. We have quadratic formula. U is equal to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So here we have this. It means we will put all these value here. This will be the solution of the quadratic equation au square plus bu plus c. This is the solution. If I want to find au square, if I want to find the solution of au square plus bu plus c, so I shall find out the value of a, b, c, and I shall put here, and I shall get the value of u. So here, if I compare, now I give this is equal to 1, equation number 1. If I give this equation is equal to equation number 2, if we compare this, what is a? If I compare with this, so a is equal to 1. What is b? B is equal to minus 2x. What is c? C is equal to minus 1. What is u? So u is equal to e power y. So from here, if you see, if we have equation a u square plus bu plus c is equal to 0, then what is the solution? Solution is u is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So if we have e power 2y, so minus 2x minus 1, it is equal to minus 2xy e power y minus 1. So this is quadratic equation in term of e power y. So here, what will be the solution for this? Thus, e power y, on the place of u we put e power y. So here, On the place of b, I put its value. So what is b? B is equal to here minus, b is equal to minus 2x plus minus. Now what is minus 4x square? Minus 4x square. I put here minus 2x whole square minus 4ac. A is 1, c is also minus 1. Divided by 2 and 2 1, it is equal to 2. 2 and 2 1, it is equal to. Okay, you understand my point? You got my point? Okay, now here whenever we product, now minus zara minus, it is equal to positive. That is why we get here 2x. We have here 2x plus minus. Now what is minus 2x square? It is equal to 4x square. Now minus, here we have minus, and here the value of c is negative, so minus minus plus 4 0 1 0 4 1, it is equal to 4 divided by 2. So this is e power y. E power y, we have the following e power y. Now inside the jazar, is there anything mushtarak? Inside the jazar, is there any number mushtarak common? Yes, 4 is common. So if we take 4 as a common, so what will be the remaining? It remaining will be x square plus 1. Remaining will be x square plus 1. So what is now? What is jazar of 4? What is square root of 4? It is equal to, yes, 4x square plus 1. Now it's square root of 4, square root of x square plus 1. Now what is square root of 4? It is equal to 2. Yes, so I write here below this 2x plus minus. Now I write here x square plus 1. Yeah, square root of 4, I write here 2 divided by 2. So whenever I take 2 as a common, from the numerator, so if I take 2 as a common, so it will be 2 from here. So what will be the remaining? X plus minus x square plus 1 divided by 2. So we cancel this 2 with this 2. So on the left side we have e power y. So thus what is e power y now? E power y, it is equal to x plus minus x square plus 1. Okay. So thus e power y, it is equal to here x plus minus square root of x square plus 1. We have the following e power y x plus minus square root of x square plus 1. Square root of x square plus 1. Okay. So here I again repeat all the process. So first of all First of all, we want to find what is sine hyperbolic inverse x. We want to find what is sine hyperbolic inverse x. So for this case, we put y is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse. We take that y is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x. So after that we shift sine hyperbolic inverse x on the other side. That will become sine hyperbolic y equal to x. Now we put the definition of sine hyperbolic y. What is sine hyperbolic y? It is equal to e power y minus e power minus y divided by 2 equal to x. After that, we shift 2 on the other side. Then we get e power y minus e power minus y is equal to 2x. After that, we product e power y both sides. So whenever we product, so it will becomes e power y zara e power y, e power 2y, e power y zara e power minus y, so e power 0 equal to 2x e power y. In the next step, we shift 2x e power y from right to the left. On the right, it is positive. Whenever we shift to the left side, it will becomes negative. So that is why we get here e power 2y minus 2x e power y minus 1. Why minus 1? Because e power 0 is equal to 1. Now if we see, this is quadratic equation of this type. What is the type? AU square plus BU plus C is equal to 0. So if we compare this with the one with the second, we get A is equal to 1, B is equal to minus 2x, C is equal to minus 1, U is equal to e power y. So if we have the quadratic equation in term of u, we get this solution according to the quadratic formula. What is quadratic formula? U is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac minus 4ac, okay, divided by 2a. Now we compare this with 1 with the 2. What we get? We get a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 2x, c is equal to minus 1, u is equal to e power y. If we have quadratic equation in terms of u, we get the solution by the quadratic formula. As equation number 1, it is quadratic equation with respect to e power y. That is why we have solution e power y is equal to minus b. What is b? Minus 2x. So minus minus plus. We have 2x plus minus minus 2x whole square minus 4ac. So what is c? C is equal to minus 1. So minus 4 zara minus 1. It is equal to plus 4. Now 4 is a common inside the square root. Whenever we take 4 as a common, then square root of the 4, it is equal to 2. So you can see 2 is outside. So that is why we have here 2x plus minus 2 square root of x square plus 1 whole divided by 2. Now again 2 is a common from the numerator. What we get here? 2 cancel with 2. So e power y, it is equal to x plus minus x square plus 1 square root. Now if we see if two things are equal, when two things are equal, suppose if I ask you two peoples are of the same weight, then you will compare some has one weight, the second has the same. So here if we have equality here, It means we have our e power y equal to x plus minus x square plus 1. So both will be equal if we put any value. So here left side should be equal to the right side. So here first we observe what is e power y. What is e power y? E is equal to 2.71. 2.71. It is a positive number. So if we put anything, suppose y is equal to 0, so we get 1. If we put positive, it is positive. If we put negative, it is again positive. So e power y is always positive. E power y, it is always positive. E power y. So left side is positive. Now we find out some values on the right. So here, if we put x is equal to 2, here x, it will becomes 2 plus minus 4 plus 1. So 4 plus 1, it is equal to 5. And if we take negative here, we have a plus minus 2 option. If we find out negative, we get here 2 minus square root of 5. Now square root of 5 is a negative value and it is greater than 2. So that is why here, so that is why here I write x minus x square 1. We have e power y is always positive, but x minus x x square plus 1 square root, it can be negative. So if we have one value is positive, one value is negative, can these equal? Suppose one has weight less than 0, it is not possible. Suppose one element is less than 0 and one is positive, can these can be equal? No, these cannot be equal. Yes, so we have just only one case. We will have just one case. Which is case? So here x plus, only plus, x square plus 1. So we neglect the negative case. So that is why we neglect the negative case. Now we take log natural on the both side. So e power y, whenever we take log natural, so ln e, it is equal to 1. So here ln e power y, it is equal to y. So on this side we have ln x plus square root of x square plus 1. So what we suppose, what is y? If we see what is y in the start, check. Y is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x. So thus what is sine hyperbolic y? Thus sine hyperbolic inverse x. Thus sine hyperbolic inverse x. Thus sine hyperbolic inverse x, it is equal to ln x plus square root of x square plus 1. I again repeat here. So here if I have to find sine hyperbolic inverse x, sine hyperbolic inverse x. So how can we find out? We have the method. We have to do it step by step. So in the first step, we will suppose let y is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x. Let y is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x. Next, we take sine hyperbolic y on both sides. So sine hyperbolic y, it is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x. So sine and sine hyperbolic inverse, these are inverses of each other. So we get just x. So that is why we have here sine hyperbolic y equal to x. After that we have here e power y minus, because we are taking the value of sine hyperbolic y. We are taking the value of sine hyperbolic y. Now what is sine hyperbolic y? It is equal to e power y minus e power minus y divided by 2 equal to x. After that, we cross product both sides by 2. We cross product. So 2 will be shift on the other side. So it will becomes 2x. Thus we have here e power y minus e power minus y is equal to 2x. It is equal to 2x. After that, we product e power y with the both side. E power y with the both side. So e power y on the left side, e power y into e power y minus e power minus y. So we get e power 2y minus e power y, zara e power minus y e power 0. So 2x zara b power y, it is equal to e power y. So now e power 0, it is equal to e power 0. It is equal to e power 0, it is equal to 1, and we shift 2x e power y on the other side. Thus we get e power 2y minus 2x e power y minus 1 equal to 0. So it is quadratic equation. It is quadratic equation in term of y. It is quadratic equations in term of y. So if we have quadratic equations in term of u, we have the following equation. It is au square plus bu plus c is equal to 0. Then its solution by quadratic formula is given in this way. It means u is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2. So if we have this equation, we have this formula. As we have here, equation is e power 2y minus 2x e power y minus 1 is equal to 0. So our solution must be in term of e power y. So we put here e power y equal to e power y is equal to minus b. So what is b? B is equal to minus 2x. How can we find a, b, c? Whenever we compare equation 1 with the 2, we get a, b, c. So what is a? A is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 2x, c is equal to minus 1, and u is equal to e power y. So thus we get here e power y minus 2x plus minus 2x square minus 4a. What is a? A is equal to 1, c is equal to minus 1 divided by 2a, it is equal to 2 into 1. So now what is minus minus? Positive. So that is why we get here 2x plus minus. What is square of minus 2x? It is equal to 4x square. It is equal to 4x square plus 4, because minus 4 0 1 0 minus 1, it is equal to positive 4. Now from inside we take from inside we take 4 as a common. So we get x square plus 1, 4 as a common. What is now square root of 4? It is equal to 2. It is equal to 2. That is why we get here 2 outside. So 2x plus minus 2 into square root of x square plus 1 divided by 2. So 2 will be cancelled with the 2. We get here e power y equal to x plus minus x square plus 1. Now here if we see, if we observe, if we compare both sides, so one side is positive because e power y, if you take any y, if you take any y, we shall get positive positive value. But on the right side we have x minus square root of x square plus 1. It, whenever we put any value here, whenever we put x any value, so suppose if I put 2, so we get a 2 minus 4 plus 1 5. So as square root of 5 it is greater than 2, so that is why it can be negative. So here now if we see, one value is positive, e power y is always positive. But on the right side we have two option. One is positive, one is negative. Whenever we put negative, so we get the negative solution. So this conclude that e power y is equal to x minus x square root of x square plus 1. It is not possible. So we have just now one option. What is the option? E power y equal to x plus square root of x square plus 1, square root of x square plus 1. uh, this option is correct. So that is why we have here, we take log natural on the both side. We take log natural on the both side. So ln e power y. Now if we see ln log natural and exponential function, they are inverses of each other. Thus we get y equal to ln x plus square root of x square plus 1. Now what is y? If we go back to the first step, y is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x. Thus we conclude that sine hyperbolic inverse x, it is equal to sine hyperbolic inverse x, it is equal to ln into x plus square root of x square plus 1. This is the solution. This is the solution of sine hyperbolic inverse x. So in exam, suppose this question is in exam. So which type of the question can be in the exam? I can ask you in different way. First of all, I can ask you prove that if this question is an exam, then it can be it can be in this form, that prove that sine hyperbolic inverse x, sine hyperbolic inverse x, it is equal to ln square root of x plus 1, square root of x square plus 1. So I can ask you in this way. Otherwise I can ask you, find out sine hyperbolic inverse x. You got my point? Find out sine hyperbolic inverse x. I again repeat. So in the exam, I can ask you in a different way. So if this question is an exam, I can ask you in this way, that prove that sine hyperbolic inverse x, it is equal to ln into x plus square root of x square plus 1. Square root of x square plus. Student, did you got my point? Yes, right al mezal. Yes. So if I change here, so which changing I can. So if I ask you, what is cosine hyperbolic inverse x? Otherwise, here I can ask you. So if you want to take picture, you can take. This is the solution, student. If you want to take the picture of this proof, you can take. If you want to take the proof of this, you can take, such that I go to the next to prove cosine hyperbolic. Okay, you got my point? Student, did you got my point? Yes. Okay. Now if I ask you, prove that, suppose this is the first question. So here, if I ask you, prove that cosine hyperbolic inverse x, it is equal to ln ln x plus square root of x square plus 1 minus 1. This is the second. What we will do? How can we prove this? Yes, by the same way as we did in the previous. So what we will do? We will have the first step. Let y is equal to cosine hyperbolic inverse x. Let y is equal to cosine hyperbolic inverse x. In the second step, we shift cosine hyperbolic inverse x on the other side. So cosine hyperbolic y, it is equal to x. Cosine hyperbolic y, it is equal to x. Now what is the value of cosine hyperbolic y? It is equal to e power y plus e power minus y divided by 2, it is equal to x. It is equal to x. Now e power y plus e power minus y divided by 2 is equal to x. We cross product. So that is why we have here e power y. We have here e power y plus e power minus y equal to 2x. Now we product e power y with the whole. So e power y is there e power y, e power 2y plus e power 0, because e power y minus y 0 is equal to 2x e power 2x e power y. Now e power 0, it is equal to 1. Now e power 0, it is equal to 1. So that is why we cancel this. it is equal to 1. E power y, we shift, it is equal to 1. So here that is why we have e power 2y. Now we shift 2x e power y on this side. So 2x e power y plus 1 equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation. This is quadratic equation in term of e power y. This is quadratic equation in term of e power y. In term of e power y. So that is why we have here e power y. We get the solution of this by the quadratic formula. So minus here minus 2x, because we have in the start minus b. So minus into minus 2x plus minus, we have here b square. What is b square? We have here 4x square minus 4, because we have minus 4 into a. What is a? A is equal to 1. What is c? C is also 1 divided by what is division? 2a. That's why we have here 2 into 1, which is equal to. So after that, we again take least common, we take common from the inside and take its square root value. So we get in this way 2 here minus minus plus. So we take 2 as a common, x plus minus, yeah, x square minus 1. Basically we are taking first square root, we are taking 4 inside the other common, then square root of the 4, which is equal to 2. Then from the numerator we take again 2 as a common, so we get 2 divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2, it is 2, cancel. So thus we have e power y, it is equal to, as we did in the previous question. So e power y equal to x plus minus square root of x square minus 1. Square root of x square minus 1. So thus we take, now we have two negative, one positive, one negative. So e power y, it is positive, but here x minus x square minus 1, this can be negative, this can be, so we neglect this case. X minus square root of x square minus 1, this can be negative. So we have just only one case. What is one case? X plus square root of x square minus 1. So e power y equal to x plus square root of x square plus 1. X square plus 1. Now we take log natural on the both side. Now we take log natural on the both side. So we get here y on this side ln x plus square root of x square plus 1 plus 1. So this is, now what is y? Y is equal to cosine hyperbolic inverse x. Cosine hyperbolic inverse x, it is equal to ln plus square root of x square plus 1. So this is The proof of cosine hyperbolic. Sorry, here inside we have negative. Inside jazar we have negative. X square minus 1. Inside jazar we have negative. So x square minus 1. Inside jazar we have negative. So I again repeat, what is cosine hyperbolic inverse x? It is equal to ln into x plus square root of x square minus 1. X plus square root of x square minus 1. You got my point? So e power, so if I asked you in the exam, I can ask you what is cosine hyperbolic inverse x. So you have to prove cosine hyperbolic inverse x. It is equal to ln x plus square root of x square minus 1. ln x plus square root of x square minus 1. Square root of x square minus 1. I again repeat. So first we take y is equal to cosine hyperbolic inverse x. Then we shift cosine hyperbolic inverse on the other side. So we get here cosine hyperbolic y equal to x. After that we put the value of the cosine hyperbolic y. It is equal to e power y plus e power minus y divided by 2. Then we take cross product. E power y plus e power minus y is equal to 2x. After that we product e power y with the both sides. So e power 2y plus e power 0 is equal to 2x e power y. This is quadratic equation in term of e power y. So we solve it by the quadratic formula. We solve it by the quadratic formula. So what is quadratic formula? We have e power y minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2. So on the place of b, we put minus 2x because it is here minus 2x. On the place of a, we put 1. On the place of c, we also put 1. So whenever we put here, we get inside the square root 4x square minus 4 divided by 2. Now inside other we take 4 as a common. So we get x square minus 1. So now 2 will be cancelled with the 2. What we get here? X minus x plus minus x square minus 1. So after that, if we observe, 1 is positive. It means e power y is positive, but x minus square root of x square minus 1, it is negative. So we can, it means both cannot be equal. So that is why we have only one case, which is equal to e power y equal to x plus square root of x square minus 1. So after that we take log natural on the both side. Whenever we take log natural on the both side, what we get? Y is equal to ln into x plus square root of x square minus 1. Now we put the value of y, which is equal to cosine hyperbolic inverse x. So thus cosine hyperbolic inverse x, it is equal to ln into x plus square root of x square minus 1. So this is our today class. Now if you have any question, please ask the question. Now this is the session of question answer session. Okay, you have 5 minutes, so you can ask the question if you have. Yes, student, if you have any question. Do you have any question? Can you hear me? Yes, Muhammad Abdullah Yaya. Okay. Okay, okay. If you want to leave, you can leave. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.